Media City Bergen is an innovation cluster in Norway. We have over 100 organizations as members, and we have been accepted into the Collab as a consortium. We brought with us 4 of our member companies: Factivers, Dagens Næringsliv, which is the financial newspapers, and then the regional newspapers Stavanger Aftenblad and Fædrelandsvennen. We have been tackling a specific challenge in this collab. The overall goal of the collab was to use modular journalism to solve the challenge of reaching underserved audiences. We have been focusing specifically on one audience that is hard to reach and also underserved, namely the young readers. And in our case, that's the readers between 18 and 30 years old. We have been working a lot of the 6 months with distilling the challenge we're going to solve, and we finally landed on focusing on using facts as a way to serve these audiences. So if you just go back to the actual challenge on the last slide, the challenge we distilled was that we believe that young news consumers might lack knowledge about concepts that's often taken for granted by journalists, and that makes it hard for them to get into the news world with a lot of assumptions being made of what you're supposed to know in advance before reading a certain story. So after a lot of work together as a group, that was what we landed on. And to go back to the green light, the proposed solution idea, we believe that using fact boxes, or what we call micro fact boxes, we might be able to bridge the knowledge gap for the consumers that might need it. So Gaute, will you take us through the actual solution that we've been working on?
Definitely, Ketil, and really good to be here. So my name is Gaute, and I'm from Factivers. So we've been dawdling around this solution idea for quite a few months, and together with Fædrelandsvennen and Frode Nordbø, he prototyped the first version where we looked at, okay, how could we embed facts into news articles in a better way than what we've seen earlier. And our assumption was also that we don't want the reader to actually jump out of the article if they need to know, for example, a definition of a word or an organization, etc. So that was one of the kind of key takeaways when we worked with the prototypes, is like, how can we make sure that the reader don't have to exit or open 5 new tabs to actually get an understanding of the concepts that they are reading about. And we've been developing our prototype on the go, and also been doing some testing sessions that we'll tell you a little bit more about later. But we got some really good help from Dagens Næringsliv and Alexander Prestmo, who create the second prototype that you can see on the right. I'll show you a short video of how it works as well. And this is basically for the reader side of our service. So bear with me. There's sorry.
No, sorry. Please go ahead, Gaute.
Yeah. So this is in Norwegian, but I'll try to give you a short explanation. So what you see here is a kind of an explanation box where you, as a reader, you can answer how much explanation do you want or do you need for this specific topic, and then you can see, based on your input, how is your understanding of this topic. You get inline definitions of different words. Here we have the Paris Agreement. What is it really? And here we connected this to Store Norske Leksikon, a huge lexicon in Norway. And this is the prototype that we also did some testing on with good results that we'll share with you a bit further. But obviously, this is what you saw now is kind of the reader side of things. And we need to find a way to both make it easier for the reader, but also for the journalists. Because obviously, if you were to define all the words in your text, that would be a really hassle for you as a journalist. So what we were working at the last time is actually to have a entity extraction front end where you can actually send in your text, as you can see on the left, submit it, and then get suggestions back on your text, which words could be highlighted and explained with microfacts. Here the journalists can also edit or add their own facts. And this is kind of the next step of the project would be to build more intelligence into this.
We should just also say a little bit, like you mentioned, Gaute, about the research phase, because like a lot of product development, we start with some assumption, and then we work to either validate or invalidate those assumptions. So what we did while working on the technical prototype was test with actual users from the target group. We first did a really low-tech test where we printed 3 articles from Dagens Næringsliv, gave it to a panel to read, and asked the panel to outline any difficult concepts. The results were really interesting because there were really few of these panel participants who highlighted anything. We were a bit disappointed, obviously, because we had a really strong belief that words might be difficult. What we later found out was that we might have had some issues with our sampling, because all of these panelists were actual subscribers of the newspaper, and probably not representative of the full age group. So next step was to user test the prototype to see if the concept would resonate with actual people from the group, and it did. So we did the final test a week ago, and feedback so far is good from readers that this gives them some assistance in getting into the text, and also something we will work on refining and see how we can take it further. Gaute?
Yeah, so exactly that's what we want to do, and obviously the JournalismAI collab has been really invaluable both for Factiverse as a startup, but from the other members also been providing so much value into this collaboration. So we definitely it doesn't end here. We definitely want to see how we can build more intelligence, making it easier to use both for the reader, but obviously also for the journalists who are short on time and might not always have the time to actually create manual fact boxes as they go.
Finally, we should give a shout out to the full team that's been working together for the last 6 months. So we have Frode and Mylin from Federlandsvennen. We have Rolf from Stavanger Aftenblad, Maria and Gaute from Factiverse, Ingeborg and Alexander from Dagens Næringsliv, and Anna and myself from Media City Bergen. So thank you to everybody, and thanks to the organizers, Mattia and team, and our mentors for making this possible. It's been a great experience.